Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Bleach 1000 Years Blood War episode number 12 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, two things happened. One of the biggest thing is that Kenpachi got his power back, but at what cost, obviously. Unohana, we lost Unohana. I think we lost her. I'm not really sure. Like they told us that either of them is going to die. So I kind of assumed that Unohana died there, and I think she died. I'm not really sure though. They did not actually say that. We just saw her. Well, yeah, she's dead. I'm pretty sure she's dead. Yep. Like, who am I trying to fool? So yeah, that happened, and we get the basic what's it called, like the what was actually happening with Kenpachi. He was actually suppressing his power, as from the moment he met Unohana, he got the enjoyment of battle, thrill of battle, and that's why he started to shackle himself. And more he fought with stronger enemies, more the shackles broke. That is why Unohana was constantly killing him and healing him back, and continuously breaking his shackles over and over again, until and unless he could unlock his full power. And that's what happened. Unohana also used her bankai to kind of take him up until the edge. And yeah, Kenpachi is back. However, Unohana got defeated by killed by Kenpachi. So that's where it ended, that whole thing ended. And obviously the next part we get to see a little bit of Ichigo and Renji being trained, you could say, by what was his name? Nimaiya. Yeah, Nimaiya, that guy, the one who made Zanpakuto. And he kind of gives us a little background on how Zanpakutos are actually made. Like Asauchi is like a blade with nothing in it. It's like a what's it called, like an empty vessel kind of thing. And the more the Shinigami uses it, more their personality kind of rubs off on it, and it gains like a form, like a Zanpakuto. And that's how Shinigamis are made. However, Ichigo did not go through the Asauchi stage. He just directly got it. So he needs to go back to his roots. That's why Nimaiya, I don't know what he did. He threw him out of the place, the Soul King's place, and he's like in the past now or something, I'm guessing. So he's going to go through the past, I'm guessing, and learn some more information or something of that sort. Like, this is his test kind of thing. Let's see what happens. And yeah, let's get started. Episode number 12. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Whereabouts of every Asauchi? Okay. Even yeah, was also an Asauchi. Gain an Asauchi weapon. Oh, interesting. That's how he got it. Yeah. Except Kurosaki Ichigo. Okay. All right. All right. So okay, wait. This is the 12th episode. As far as I know, next one will be the end for now. Not sure when they're going to come back. Probably take 1 month, not 1 month, sorry, like not 3 months or something, or maybe 6 months break, and then they'll come back, I'm guessing. So this is the first cour, and as far as I know, this is supposed to be broken down into 4 cours, like 4 cours of like 13 episodes, I think. So this is only the first part. So not sure when it will be back, but it will be a short wait, I'm guessing. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back with Bleach again very soon. Wait, what? Why is she? That's what's her name? I forgot. Oh, is it not her? His past. I thought Ichigo went to his past or something. This is it is the present. Oh, never mind. I thought it was his past that he went, and he's going to see his past or something in front of his eyes. Oh, never mind. All right. Everything but the rain. Damn, that was a cool transition. Unagi, yeah, that's her name. I forgot. My God. Hmm. Oh my God, what the? Yo. Ikumi, yeah, that's her name. Oh, what the? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she said that before as well, you know. That's weird. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, he is in Shinigami form, so Ikumi cannot see him. Hmm. Oh no, he left his badge. Oh no. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and the fact that he knows that he's part Quincy, you need to answer a few questions now. Hmm. Exactly. So, can you enlighten us, please? Mhm. Damn, he has his eyes. I didn't realize that. Yes. All right. Okay, let's see. You're not a Soul Reaper, but yeah, like Yohabaha kind of said that to us. So the details. I'm pretty sure they're going to tell us the details now. Let's see. Oh, is this the past? She looks so much like Rangiku. Okay, wait. So he ended up in the human world, Ishin, and Masaki Kurosaki. Wait, Ichigo took his mom's name, like last name. Squad 10 Lieutenant. Is this also in the past? Oh wait! Oh wait. He was the captain of Rangiku squad? That's Ishin, isn't it? Yeah, Ishin Shiba. There you go, Shiba. Yep. Oh, it's the guy. Okay. And she doesn't have her Bankai. Yeah. Wait. There's so many things. So he was the squad leader of Toshiro's okay team. Oh no, Toshiro hated. Yeah, agility report. Damn, he looks so different. Look at him. Oh lord. 2 months. Died in last. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Why did he like suddenly just? Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah. Interesting. So one thing I also kind of thinking about. So that means Toshio probably talked to him when he like went to the real world and met Ichigo. I'll talk about this later. Oh lord. Obviously, Aizen. And here we go. Oh boy. So this is what was happening at that time. All according to Keikaku, yes. Indeed. Huh. Oh, it's Ishin. Yeah? Same day, Karakota. Ishida's residence. Ishida. Wait, what? Ishida residence? Wait, is she related to? Oh, wait. So, oh my God, she was like a sister to what's his name? Um, Ishida's dad. Yeah, okay. Who's this random? I thought 8th Quincy blood. Oh my god. Okay, it took me a while to understand. Wait, is Ishida his and her son? This lady, this Katagiri or whatever. Their eyes are so similar, Ishida and her eye. It must be. Oh, damn. Well, that's a captain. Yep. What the hell is this? Is that an Anand car? No, what? Oh no, it's a hollow. Never mind. But he looks a little bit different than the normal hollows. Hole has been covered up. Hmm? Oh damn, what the hell? Game işte. Yeah, oh wait. So this is like a like maybe this is like oh Aizen is probably hello? You see the situation? You're gonna die. Hmm. She can't forgive herself. Yes. Hmm. Oh my god. Yeah, this is Aizen's like experiment or whatever. It kind of looks like Ichigo's that form, you know? Like that, the form that he fought Ulquiorra with. You know, the horns and everything. Engetsu. Oh, Engetsu, Zangetsu. Alright. Oh my god. What the? Is there another one? Oh my god. What the hell? When did they come? Oh, great. Well, this is fantastic. White. Oh, damn. Oh god. Oh, all right. So, she's a Quincy. So let's see what happens. Oh god. What the? Damn. She used that as a gun. Okay. Well, that's one way. Okay, I feel like this thing has something to do with Ichigo's that form. Or am I wrong? It really looks like Ichigo's the form that he fought Ulquiorra with. Wait, she can heal as well? Yeah. Wait. Oh, she doesn't know that she's a Quincy. Okay. Oh boy. Well, there you go. Well, yeah, she probably never talked with one or met one. Not necessarily, but yeah. Yep, they're there. Hmm. Metastasize. Oh, there you go. Wait, so it passed something to Masaki. A hollow created from a dead soul. Choose a Quincy, a polar opposite of himself. Oh, there you go. Like I always thought that Okay, that's it. I always thought that the reason why Ichigo has the whole hollow thing inside of him is because of the Hyogoku, like because Rukia had the Hyogoku inside of her, and when she transferred her power to Ichigo, it somehow got transferred to him. And I don't know, I thought like it was because of that or something that he got his hollow powers. No, so there you go. And I was like, this thing looks so much like Ichigo's that form that he fought Ulquiorra with. And so he came in contact with Masaki and transferred something to Masaki. And obviously later on, Masaki and Ishin got married and they had Ichigo. So Ishin's Soul Reaper form, like Soul Reaper, abilities, and Masaki's Quincy abilities, and the hollow thing that got transferred to her, that all three of them mixed together. And like Ichigo's like this, like I don't know, like a mixture of everything, like hollow, not hollow I would say, but that thing that got transferred, Quincy and the Soul Reaper. So that's what happened. Like I always assumed that the hollow power he got from Rukia, because Urahara put the Hyogoku inside Rukia and Rukia transferred her power to Ichigo. So I just assumed that. Okay, wait a minute, still something left. Who the hell is that? Ishida. Wait, what the? Who was that? It's so. It's so dark. I wasn't able to understand. That was it. That was Ishida, wasn't it? And who was that behind you? Oh, it was his dad, I think. Okay. All right, that is it. Yeah. Ninth episode. Now, first of all, okay, before I begin discussing, there's a few things I need to first get like a hold of. First of all, Ishin is a part of the Shiba clan, which was kind of hinted because I remember what's that girl's name? Ganju's sister. What's her name? I always forget her name. Anyway, she kind of hinted that, where we get to see a little bit of a flashback where she was there, Ganju was there, and there was like a person from the back. We saw him, and she said that, oh, uncle would. Well, I wonder what uncle would say. So there you go. That was a huge hint. So obviously we know like he is part of the Shiba, the clan. Now that's the first thing that we got to know here. The second thing is something which came out of the blue. I was not expecting that. And I kind of I was kind of thought, I was like, all right, it's pretty obvious that Ishin was part of the Soul Society before. So I always thought, like, I wonder which team he was in, which team he was part of. So there you go, we got our answers. And I really was not expecting him to be the captain of Rangigu's team, Rangigu and Toshiro's team. Now, another thing I'm kind of thinking now, I do wonder, when Ichigo became a Soul Reaper, and when you remember that those episodes where Rangiku and Toshiro came and crashed in Ichigo's room and all that. Toshiro was like on the roof or something, just waiting or something, like those episodes. I wonder if Toshiro came and actually met Ishin and talked to him, and because technically he's his son. So I wonder if they met then and had a conversation or something. They must have, obviously, because they are former team members. They must have had. So I kind of thought about that now. So that's another thing we got to get to know here, which team he was in. And obviously we also get to see the origin of when he met Masaki. And another crazy thing that I realized at first, I thought was when they were showing, the first, I wouldn't call it a shock, but the first surprise that I got was when they were showing the Ishida estate, and suddenly we just see Masaki. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? She was part of like Ishida's family or something. And then they were like, oh, she's adopted. I got to realize that. And then Ryuen, I think that was his name, Ishida's dad's name. All these names, I'm mixing everything up. he comes in and he's talking and he's like, oh, forgive my mother and all that. And I was like, oh, so she adopted her and maybe she's like a sister or something to him. And then he starts talking about the arranged marriage and whatever. I'm like, oh, so that's what's going on, because Queen Shi and Queen Shi should be together, all that stuff. And so I was like, all right, so this is the situation. And a few things kind of clicked. Then I realized why what's his name, why not why but how Ishin and Ryu, that guy, what's his name, I need to check. Ryuen, isn't it? Ishida's dad's name? I have to check. Ishida dad, Ryuken, sorry, not Ryuen, Ryuken, yeah. Ryuken, and also I realized like how they are connected, how they know each other, how Ishin and Ryuken know each other. So there you go, that's another thing that was answered. Another thing I kind of realized here, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 50-50 sure, is that the lady called Katagiri, obviously it was pretty obvious from their conversation that she definitely liked Ryuken. So not that, but I realized that, like, obviously since Masaki got married with Ishin, and Ichigo is their son, who is Ishida then? Like, who is his mother? I think it's Katagiri, because her eyes are so similar to Ishida's eyes, and like the black hair and the blue eyes, like it feels, I feel like she's the mother of Ishida, and I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know, like you can marry her or something like that happened later on. So that's my guess. I might be wrong, but yeah. So these are the few things that I kind of saw this episode, watched this episode, and I kind of realized. And yeah, there's a few suspicions I still have, which I'm sure I'll get answered in the next episodes. All right, now that's out of the way, let us talk about this episode, sequentially what happened. So at first we get to see Nimaya, and he says that he talks to Renji, and he's like, every person has had an Asauchi, and this is how everything starts. Even Kenpachi got his Asauchi from one of the Shinigamis, and it got kind of became his Zanpakuto little by little. So, but Ichigo is the only one who doesn't know that, and he needs to know that. He needs to know his past, and he needs to get yeah, he says this method won't work on him, that is why. So that's why he needs to know the whereabouts of his soul, and that is why he just kicked him out of that place and made him go to the real world. So here we get to see. Now I actually thought he was transported to the past or something, and he's going to see the past of Ishin and Masaki, or something like that. I thought was going to happen, but turns out no, he's just in the present. His dad is just going to tell him the story. Sometimes it happens, the main character goes to like a past, or goes into a dreamlike state where they get to see their origins or something. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Never mind, Ishin is just going to tell him verbally about what happened, and that's what's happening now. Now after that, we get to see that Ichigo goes to it's nice for Nimaya to actually transport him in front of his house, in front of the clinic. But Ichigo's like, no, I need a little bit of time. He runs away, and Ishin realizes, and Ishin's like, oh, that boy, he just ran away. So Ichigo goes to what's her name? Oh god, I forgot her name. Anyways, Unagiya's, that lady. Ikumi, yes, Ikumi, that's her name. Goes to Ikumi's place, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't come to work, but I still need these type of situations. I come to you for help. And we've seen this before as well. Ikumi always told before to Ichigo as well, that don't think much about these type of situations. If you want to rely on me, you can, just let the thinking, keep the thinking for the adults. You're a kid, you just act like a kid, or something like that. I remember her saying that before to Ichigo as well. And that's why she kind of said that again. She's like, don't worry about it, if you have any problems, if you need someone to talk to, you should you can talk to me, like you don't have to think about working and everything. And she's like, kids should rely on adults. And as she was saying all of this, the bell rings, and yeah, Ishin just gets inside. He's in his Soul Reaper form, so Ikumi cannot see him. So Ichigo sees him, and Ichigo's like, oh, obviously he needs to go back. So Ichigo's like, I'm going back. But he drops his Soul Reaper badge, and Ikumi finds it, and Ikumi's like, I'll deliver it to him tomorrow. Now, next we get to see Ichigo is in front of his dad, and his dad says, like, oh, I understand what's going on. Urahara kind of told me, and not only that, the fact that you don't know your past also probably means you cannot grasp your actual, like, like your power. You don't know your origin, and you need to know that. And that is also the reason why you're not able to repair your Bankai. So yeah, like he says that I have to tell you then. And he says that you don't know anything about yourself. And Ichigo kind of grabs his collar, and Ishin is like, you said that I don't need to say anything now, but if I want to, I can say later on. I think now is the time. I need to say this. And that's where he says, like, you're not a Shinigami, or you're not an ordinary human either. And he starts the tale. And yeah, we get a little fast forward to the tale where Masaki comes in and saves Ishin, and that is where everything started. So, okay, Kurosaki Masaki, yeah. And yeah, I should have realized that she took her mother's, like, last name, Kurosaki, because, like, obviously he cannot be Shiba. That's from the, like, from the Soul Society, that name, that last name. Yeah. Now after that, we start the flashback, and the Seirete Squad 10 barracks, and I was genuinely surprised to see Ishin being part of the, like, I don't know what I expected. Like, seriously, like I said, I've always thought, like, if he was a Soul Reaper, he must have been, like, in one of the teams. I kind of thought about that multiple times, and I was like, whose team would he be in? I kind of thought, and never really, like, kind of thought much, and I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to know in the future. However, like, now that I know that he's part of the, like, like, Rangyu, he was actually the captain of Rangyu's team, I'm like, all right, I actually did not expect that. I don't know what I expected. I don't know. I feel like I expected him to be in, I don't even know which team I expected him to be in. Yeah, anyways, but either way, like, and the fact is that even Toshiro was there at that moment. Like, as far as I remember, Rangiku scouted Toshiro in, didn't she? Yeah, she found Toshiro in, like, a where was it? Like, in a shop or something, as far as I can remember. And yeah, something like that happened, as like little bits and pieces I can remember. And Rangiku's the one who found Toshiro and probably brought him in with her to the team and introduced her to him to the team, or something like that happened. So that means this scene that we are seeing here is way before that, because Toshiro's part of the team now. And yeah, so there you go. Now, okay, so we see Rangiku just kicking, like, Ishin, and her being like, what the hell, why are you sleeping, and all that. And okay, wait a minute, which seat was Rangiku in? I can see Toshiro was in the third seat. Just a minute. Do they show? Okay, Seirete Squad 10 Bear, Squad 10 Lieutenant. Oh, she was Lieutenant. Okay. Oh yeah, makes sense. She was a Lieutenant. Wait a minute. So, oh, interesting. Like, yeah, like, first comes the captain, then comes the lieutenant, then comes the first seat, I think, second seat, third seat. I think is that how it goes, as far as I remember. So, oh no, wait. No. Captain, lieutenant, and then the third seat. Or am I wrong? Yeah, I think that's how it goes. Because the first seed is supposed to be the captain, then the second seed is the lieutenant, and third seed is supposed to be the third seed. And Toshiro is the third seed. So okay, interesting. Like technically, like think looking at this situation, it is true that what Rangiku said. Rangiku's like, what the hell? I'm supposed to be the captain next time. But I'm guessing Rangiku never unlocked her Bankai, and that is why I'm guessing she didn't become the lieutenant, and Toshiro had more aptitude or something like that. So, anyways, so Toshiro is yeah, third seed, squad 10 third seed at that time, and he's also there. Rangiku's also there. I love how Ishin is just grabbing Toshiro and just holding him like this. He's like, oh, like like good job. I was expected to be the soon to be captain, and Rangi's like, what the hell? I should be the captain based on rank. And Ishin's like, if you become the captain, the squad would be ruined, which is true. I don't think she could. She doesn't seem like a leader type of. She doesn't have any leadership qualities. I feel like like being like the captain. Like we've seen her. Like what type of a free spirit she is. So yeah, and not only that, and Toshiro also says that I've been making progress with my Bankai training, so I think I'll just do fine. Oh boy. So there you go. Now here later on the report comes in, the casualty city, like a report in Naruki city, and Ishin talks about the manju, and Toshiro's like, shut up about the manju, I ate it, you happy? Now let's talk about the report. And they talk about people like going missing and dying, in Naruki city, and there should be an investigation. Two Swole Reapers dead due to an accident last month, two more died. So as soon as Ishin sees that, Ishin's like, all right, I'm going to take care of it. So he's like, oh, you two, like, stay in the barracks, like, take care of it. I'm just going to go. And he leaves. And obviously, Rangi's like, wait a minute, shouldn't we report to the head captain? Shouldn't we also go? But Toshiro's like, stop, Rangiku. No, if we just go, we're just going to hold him back. Because yeah, at that moment, they were not that strong, Like, Toshiro didn't unlock his Bankai. And obviously, Rangiku was also the lieutenant. So, like, the power that Ishin had probably, I doubt they could have helped him out with a situation that dangerous. We saw that hollow that came out, So she was like, yeah, we would just get in his way. And then we meet our lovely friend Aizen. He is doing the experiments and everything, and they're trying to find out Shinji and like the guys who not ran away, but was taken by Urahara and taken to the real world, and they're not able to find them, and they're like and he's like, the location of Hirako Shinji is, we're going to just go to that little by little. We're narrowing it down, no problem. And then Aizen says we need to conduct holification experiments while we smoke them out. It's two birds in one stone. Let's take our time, Gin and Kaname. Everything is in the palm of our hand. All right. So there you go. So that's another thing that was going on at that moment. The holified, I'm guessing the things that were coming out, they were actually results of Aizen's experimentation and whatever. And there's also another thing I realized now. I remember Aizen saying something when he saw Ichigo him first time. He said something like, oh, so this is the boy, or something like that, he said, which was kind of weird at that time. But now it kind of answers our question why he said that. Because, like, we get to see in the end that the hollow kind of transferred its thing to Masaki. So Aizen knew that, and Aizen was like, oh, I can't wait to see what, let's let this go on. Let's see what happens after this. I can't wait to see the result, and something like that, he said. So obviously the result is Kurosaki Ichigo, because those two, got married and they had a kid, which is Ichigo. So, the result that Aizen was waiting for was Kurosaki Ichigo, and I'm guessing that is why he said when he first saw Ichigo that, oh, so you're the boy, or something like that, he said. I remember him being surprised or something. So that's the reason why, I'm guessing. Anyways, next we get to see in that place, Ishin has come in, and he's like, there's two other Shinigamis over there, and they're like, oh, you two guys go home. I want to piss in peace, and I'm just going to do that here. So, and then we get to see the Karakura town. Where is it? Ishida Estate, I think. Yeah, same day, Karakura town, Ishida Estate. And here we get to see Masaki, and I'm like, wait a minute. So Ryuken and Masaki are related. They're brothers and sisters or something like that. But then I realized that, oh no, she's been adopted. And obviously then we get to know that she was supposed to be married to, like Ryuken, but yeah. All right, so this lady, who's, I think this is her aunt or something, or she calls him her aunt. Yeah, Aunt Izumi. And she's asking Masaki about stuff, and she's like, oh yeah, like, kind of, yeah, it's going fine, all right. And the aunt gets mad, and yeah, he's like, oh, this won't do, like, like, you have to do the best, blah blah blah. And she says, your predecessors passed away and you have no siblings, making you the sole surviving member of the Kurosaki family. But we've only taken you in because you're a fellow Quincy. And Ryuken comes in, and Ryuken's like, oh, forget my mom, like, she's kind of on the edge because of dad is not here and all that. Wait, she says, where's your dad? And he says, Funfte felt. I'm not really sure what that is. Funfte felto. And she says, I too would like to know when he'll be back. So I'm not really sure what that is. However, the dad is not here. That's why the mom is a little bit on the edge. Now, Masaki comes in, and Masaki is like, it's like, please forgive her. And she's like, no, it's fine. Like, it's nothing to forgive. I'm not angry. And Masaki is like, oh, the food was nice. And then we get to meet Katagiri. I think that's her name. And here they have a conversation. Ryuken says, like, Masaki, she knows the only reason she was brought into the family is because mother wants to protect the 8th Quincy blood in the Ishida family. Now, what is the 8th Quincy? Is that the same as Quincy, or is it something different? 8th Quincy. What does 8th means? Wait a minute. It is authentic and typical. Oh, so the pure-blooded or something like that? Does that mean? I'm not really sure. Anyways, I'm guessing it's something like that. Now, so Katagiri is like, is that what your mom told you? And he's like, yo, you think, okay, all that. Where's that part where she? Okay, here we go. He says, do you think she would be happy marrying me? And okay, now here obviously I realized, like, what the hell is going on. At first I thought they were here, like, she just brought her in and just, like, like, has adopted her or something. But no, she has plans of, like, make her marrying Ryuken, and I'm guessing that's going to protect the bloodline or whatever. I guess that's the thing. And now here Ryuken, Katagiri says, young master, I see you believe that happiness is necessary for a marriage between Quincies. And she says, you are kind. Ryuken says, no, she says, your kindness would be more than enough to make Miss Masaki happy. Okay, so he says, don't be silly. What is so kind about me? I only want to, here we go. I only want to make Masaki happy because without happiness, it is impossible to look to the future. I'm not referring to our future, but that of the Quincy. So there you go. So I'm guessing that was like the main plan, like, like her being like the last of the 8th Quincies. Marrying Ryuken would probably, I don't know, preserve the bloodline or something like that. I'm not really sure. Guessing something like that. Now here we had a close-up of Katagiri's eyes, and as soon as I saw her eyes, I'm like, all right, I'm pretty sure Ishida is definitely her child. So I'm guessing Ishida is her and Ryuken's child or something, because obviously Masaki marries Ishin. So where did Ishida come from? So I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty sure that's Ishida's mom. It's just a guess, but her hair, her eyes, everything is like just completely like Ishida. So it won't be a surprise if that's what happened. Now after that we get to see Ishin is ready to fight some hollows, and he kind of tries to lure them in, but as soon as he does that, the two Shingamis underneath who were just looking at him just get sliced down because the hollow comes in. And yeah, this huge hollow. Now you know what, I kind of had a little bit of a suspicion. Like I said, I was under the wrong impression. I was under the impression that Ichigo's like, otherwise I would have like heavily suspected this from the beginning. As soon as I saw the hollow's face with the horn, I would have definitely suspected like, oh, this hollow has something to do with Ichigo's hollow form. However, it took me a while to suspect that because I was under the wrong impression. I don't know why, but I kind of assumed that Ichigo's hollow power came from the Hyogoku or something like that, when Urahara put the Hyogoku inside Rukia, and Rukia came to the original real world, and when she transferred her power to Ichigo, some kind of chemical reaction happened, I thought. I'm not really sure what happened, but something happened and he got his hollow powers, because the Hyogoku was inside her and she transferred her power in that state. So I just assumed that. I don't know why I assumed that. However, this episode changes everything. So this hollow that comes in is a huge hollow. He's like a complete like a white face and like a whole black armor with a hair. Like I said, this is definitely that hollow form that Ichigo fought with. The long hair, that the two horn, that type of thing. So this thing comes in and he attacks Ishin. Ishin tries to fight. And this like the hole has been covered by something, and the battle starts, and he's quite strong. He's definitely very strong. Now Masaki realizes something's going on. He feels the Reiatsu, and she's trying to go and help. However, Ryuken is like, oh, just stop, like it's a hollow. The Shingamis are fighting it. Let them die first, then we'll go. Then we'll go and take care of the situation. So here he says, we at Quincy should not shed our blood so readily. And Masaki says that okay, where's that part? Ryu, you always think about Aunt Izumi, Quincy's, the future and many other things before you act. I really admire that about you. But to me, taking better care of myself means doing what I can when I can. And if I followed customs and let someone die today, when I had the chance to prevent it, I know my future self will never forgive me. Okay. What the hell? There's so many things. At first I thought she looks like Rangiku, and now that I'm looking at her, she looks like Orihime completely. Like, this section where she says that I know my future self will never forgive me, we get like a very close up of her eyes and her hair. If someone told me this was Orihime, I would have believed it. She looks completely like Orihime now that I'm looking at her. Like, especially her eyes and everything. At first I thought she looked like Rangiku because, Rangiku had the short hair and, like that type of a style. But now I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh my god, she looks like Orihime, not Rangiku. Either way, she just goes away. And obviously Ryuken just contacts Katagi, and he's like, we're heading out. Just follow her so that she doesn't get in trouble. Now Ishin is fighting the hollow, and Ishin's saying each time this thing is devouring a soul reaper, it's getting stronger and smarter. And it's increasing in power, and this time, yeah, he's just parrying Ishin. And here Ishin kind of realizes he's like a monster. Like, you could not go on a rampage without being noticed by the Soul Society. Who sent you? There you go. Like, obviously he kind of realized what the hell is going on. He was like, okay, something fishy is going on. Like, this big monster is fighting here, like it's making her havoc, and the Soul Society doesn't even know. So someone must be pulling the strings and erasing all the evidence or something. And we kind of see that after that. Like, Aizen just pops out of nowhere, the person who erases the evidence as soon as, like, this thing has done its job. Aizen and his crew comes in, erases the evidence, and then just leaves. And this continues. The Soul Society doesn't get notified properly, and the problem is not really solved. And like in a month after month, the Shinigamis just die coming over here. So okay, after that, he uses Engetsu. I think that's his name. Engetsu, yes, Engetsu. It's quite interesting that En means, I think, fire. En and Getsu. Like, so Engetsu, that's why his like it's like a fire sword. While obviously Ichigo's Zanpakuto is Zangetsu. Zangetsu and Engetsu kind of matches as well. So now, while this was happening, someone just slashes him from the back. And yeah, obviously Aizen and who is there? Aizen and I'm not really sure. Someone else was there with him. Either Gin or, like, Kaname. Either of them. And Ishin is like, okay, something's going on. That was a Zanpakuto. There has been a traitor pulling the strings. And so then this monster, this hollow monster comes in. It's called Whiteness, I think. That's what he calls it. White, sorry. It's called White because he's covered in black armor. Yet called white due to the whiteness within him. How ironic. And yeah, at this point I was kind of like, I was kind of being suspicious. I'm like, something is going on. This thing looks too much like Ichigo's hollow form. Like, it must be, something must be going on here. Like, so yeah, this thing is overpowering Ishin. Okay, interesting thing Ishin did, he took his blood, take it in the mouth, and used it as like a like the way you kind of make a flame, like, blow the flame, that type of thing. Use oil or like something from your mouth, like flammable liquid, to kind of like blow, and like flame comes out, that type of thing he does. And he attacks, and Masaki has arrived here, and he almost gets almost gets wounded, mortally wounded. However, Masaki shoots the arrow, and here, oh, both Gin and Kaname are here. Okay, never mind. I thought one of them was here. Both of them are here. Kaname is like, oh, not part of this plan. Should I eliminate her? Aizen's like, wait, I want to see what happens. And so this thing goes towards Masaki to attack her. However, Masaki uses her arrows. And crazy thing she does here, she takes out her arrow, her Reiatsu, kind of takes it down. This thing bites her shoulder, and she's like, I've got you, and just blows a hole like this in the skull. Even Aizen was like, what the hell? What type of fighting technique is this? And alright, now interesting thing happens here. This blob inside him, I'm guessing it's definitely related to Aizen's experimentation. It blows up, like, kind of becomes like a thing. Ishin quickly gets his face like this, and it explodes. So something happened here, and something, like, Aizen talks about this later, that it got transferred to Masaki. So I'll get to that part later. However, Ishin is injured here. He's like on the ground, and Masaki is like, oh, you shouldn't, like, you helped me out, that's why this happened. And he's like, oh no, it's fine, and we're even. And then he's like, oh damn, that was crazy, like who are you? And here Masaki is thinking, like, what should I do? Like, according, like, as far as she knows from like that aunt and Ryuken, soul reapers hate, like, Quincy's, and vice versa. So she's kind of hesitating. She's like, oh, should I give my identity? Like, if I say that I'm a Quincy, he probably will not like it or something. But then she hesitates, and then she's like, I'm a Quincy. And so Ishin kind of, like, kind of looks at her a little bit, and then he's like, oh, like, you're a Quincy. I've never seen one before. I feel lucky getting to meet a Quincy in person. And as soon as he says that with a smile, Masaki's fear goes away and she also starts laughing. And she's like, if this is a Soul Reaper, then I'm sure that Ryu, Aunt Izumi, and everyone else would, what did she say? Everyone else would, oh, that's it. They would be surprised. So we see Ryuken is kind of there floating, and Katagi is also there, and he's like, let's go, Katagi. Masaki is safe. There weren't any problems. Got it? Obviously, like, Aunt cannot know, then it'll be another whole big bunch of problems. And Katagi is like, yeah, I understand, young master. So they leave. Here, this was an interesting section where Aizen actually says that he probably went back to his lab, and we see those little blobs being there. And he's like, the fact that he self-destructed means he not only surpassed the target holification phase, but reached the final metastasize phase. Okay. And he passed it into a Quincy. There you go. So that's what happened. It kind of exploded. He passed that stage, became a huge thing and exploded, and transferred it to Masaki, who is a Quincy. Like, obviously Kaname's like, oh, that's such a failure. However, Aizen's like, nah, Kaname. Like, you don't understand what this is. This is he's like, there are times when straying from the usual initial goal is the superior outcome, because obviously Aizen is like, this is interesting, like she has Quincy blood in her, and it got involved, kind of got mixed with that hollow thing. So I wonder what is going to happen, and I'm pretty sure later on, way later from this point onwards, later on when he realized that Ishin actually got married to Masaki and they have a child now, Aizen was even more elated. He was like, oh, wait a minute, it's not only a hollow and a Quincy, there's also a Shinigami inside this child. So he must have been like, damn, this is even more interesting. So I'm guessing that's what happened. And here Aizen says that. Aizen's like, oh, this is the superior outcome. How exciting. A hollow created from a dead soul. Okay, that is true as well. All right, so this hollow was created from a dead Soul Reaper. Okay, decided to choose a Quincy, the polar opposite of himself. Don't you want to see what happened? So I'm guessing this was like an Arankar or something. Like, not an Arankar, but as he says, like the hollow created from a Soul Reaper. So it was like in that form, in that that stage of transforming into an Arankar or something like that. So while in that stage, it transferred its power to a Quincy, and that's why Aizen is like, oh, let's see what happens next. And like I said, this is the point where I realized, like, all right, so this is where Ichigo's hollow powers come from. It's not because of Urahara and the Hyogoku that got transferred to Rukia. It's because of this. And all right, so interesting. So that's what happened. And obviously that's where it ends. And in the end, we get a weird scene where I'm pretty sure this is Ishida. Ishida's just in the rain, just looking down, and there's someone behind him in raincoat. At first I was like, who is this guy? And oh no, that's not his dad. Who is this? Oh, this is that guy. Oh my god, it took me a while to realize. What's his name? Yahabaha's, the person who's always with Yahabaha, that guy. Hi something, I forgot his name. It was with H or something like that. So that is that guy, that guy with the blonde hair or whatever. He's here. Oh wait, so is he here to, because they're also Quincy, is he here to come in contact with Ishida? I think so. To I don't know, to recruit him in or something? I wonder if that's the case. But that's where it ended. So there you go. Very good episode. We get a bunch of new information and quite a few interesting information. Like I said, the whole thing with which squad Ishin was in. Not only that, the whole fact of Masaki and Ryuken being betrothed. And not only that, the fact that Ishin came to the real world, and the hollow that Ishin fought, actually was Aizen's experimentation, and it transferred something to Masaki, which is obviously the reason why Ichigo has his hollow section, hollow power or whatever. Yeah, so, and another thing, interesting thing, which is something that I'm just guessing, but I'm like at least 80% sure that Ishida's mom is Katagiri. I'm 80% sure, because obviously Masaki gets married to Ishin, so I'm pretty sure Ishin, like, you can probably, I don't know, like, like got married to Katagiri or something. I'm not really sure, but like her eye and her hair, it's so much like Ishida. I might be wrong though. I'm very much like, kind of like, stressing on this fact. Who knows? Maybe I'll be proven completely wrong. I'll be like, God damn, I acted like a fool. But I don't know what. But her eyes really remind me of Ishida, so I might actually be correct. Either way, that is it. That was my reaction to episode number 12 of Bleach. And yeah, this is episode 12. So next episode is the final episode of this core. I'll be sad. Obviously, it'll it'll be again like, very like I'll be waiting for the next core that's going to come, and I hope it'll come quickly. I'm pretty sure it'll come quickly, because I'm guessing they'll probably take like 3 months or maximum 6 months break, and then we'll be back again. And yeah, like, let them have their time, because obviously we have seen what this season is. It's crazy good. The animation and everything, like, everything's just so good. So they definitely need a little bit of time to again like prepare something that good for the next cour. So for that, they can take as much time as they want. Like, I want, obviously I want this at the ending of Bleach to go out like a bang, it to be like a really good thing, and just be, I don't know, like, be like a masterpiece or whatever. And I really hope that's how it goes, and it is going like that. This first cour has been crazy good. I had some expectations, some high expectations for Bleach, and I'm happy to say that it has been well surpassed, and I hope they continue doing this, and for that they can take as much time as they want. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in next week with the final episode of Bleach. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.